G'day everyone, my name's Luke Morgan. Welcome to The Weigh In episode 4. Now, just a little disclaimer, I've been really busy. I'm in the middle of harvesting in my job, which is on a macadamia farm, and I've been picking up nuts and I've been sorting nuts. It's been really hard to find the time to do this, but I found it on a Saturday morning, so let's get through it. Start with the gold price. Gold price, 96.1. Awesome. It's going up and up and up and up. So not 100 yet, but we're close. That's $64.44 US for my US viewers. I thought about it and start including them. Well, I'll start by saying what's happened in YouTube this month. It's been a bloody great month. Probably the best episode of any show ever came out, which was Tassie Boys Australian Gold episode 2. And what an episode that was. Like I say, it was a dynamic duo. I mean, his offsider in that episode. Oh, great. I really enjoyed making it with him. I learnt heaps, so much. That's the biggest thing. I learnt how to make a YouTube video, which I didn't know. I watched what he recorded, everything, and it was great. It was a good experience. Thanks so much, Levi, for taking me out. I'm glad you got a good nugget at the end. I was going to be worried towards the end there. The first day we did all right, then the second day it wasn't too good. Thank God he pulled out that nugget. There's a reason you didn't see my way in for the second day. Put it that way. Not very good. I did a bit similar in the first day, but the second day, no, all Levi. Next video I want to talk about, Rob Parsons. Wow, mate. What was that? 95.68 for 2 days. My God. 81.6 on your biggest day. And who knows how much of that phantom gold, which is also known as ironstone coated gold. I found plenty of that when I was detecting back in my, not plenty, I found 2 ironstone nuggets when I was detecting at Claremont with a friend. And mate, obviously you went back and you reckon your next one's bigger. So, next video I saw, now this was a random one. I didn't expect to enjoy this. It popped up on my YouTube feed and I saw it and it was Gold Hunter 77 and the name of the video was Sniping for Oregon Gold Pays Off Big. And look, it was a guy just starting to snipe, like just getting his bearings, but wow, it reminded me of when I started. Just so many similar things, like figuring out what works, what doesn't work, adjusting his kit. It just brought back so many memories. It was really good to watch. If you're starting sniping, maybe check that video out because, maybe you'll learn a thing or two which you shouldn't do or should do. Last but not least, I want to talk about something I stumbled across also, not on purpose, but Godzilla.
The world was not prepared for this. The world's defense is united to stop his terror. Godzilla, king of the monster prospectors.
Mate, I think I saw you put a video at Levi on it, so of course I watched it because Levi just left me, so I watched that, and then I got into your channel more, and God, you're great, mate. Just like, you make it fun. I think a lot of them too serious, and you've just gone this silly route. You put these cutscenes in your videos, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm going to watch all your videos. And you've got a subscriber for life in me. That was great. And I've talked to you since. You're a really nice guy. Keep it coming, mate. I love it. I loved Godzilla. I loved it all. Also, that big specimen, everyone's seen it who's got Facebook. That big specimen found in Victoria, and it was found with a Knox. And Vogus has his conspiracy about this, and I can see where you're coming from. It's quite. They do seem to find big nuggets right before big holidays all the time, don't they? But my thoughts on this is the reason why I reckon if it would have had a coil over 2 before it would have sounded like trash. And the fact he had a Knox, and the fact that number was coming up 14 from memory, he would have gone, oh, that's gold. And the fact he was an amateur probably did lead him to finding that, because everyone else like, right, that's a can, right? You dig everything. I don't dig everything. I hate digging everything. That's why I like using the Knox, because I get the little numbers up there. I go, oh, that's it. That might be gold. Let's dig that. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, it's a sinker. They're waterproof. I really like the Knoxes. They're maybe my favourite detector. Very underrated. People say they're worse than a gold monster. I can't see that. That they're very similar to me. And the fact they're waterproof and the fact they give you a number gives you a bit more of indication than ferrous and non-ferrous. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. This week I chucked the questions out to, this episode I chucked the questions out to YouTube, and I got more serious questions actually, so I might do that in the future instead of Instagram. Yep, Alan Bosworth. Maybe a story on how you got started. Okay, so I am going to do an episode about my story up until here and the things I've learned. It's going to be a big episode. I have started on it. Don't expect it anytime soon. It covers it about 7 years worth of time, and I'm trying to find all the old footage and piece it all together. And I didn't film a lot, but I still filmed enough to make something to tell my story. So I'm going to start working on that very soon. Well, I have started putting the footage in a folder, but it's going to be, I've written half the script too, but it's going to be a big undertaking that because that's a lot of stuff. But you had a two-part question, and the second thing you asked was, what do I look for when choosing locations? Okay. It's also going to be a video I'm going to make, but because one thing I do, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I use a drone a lot in finding the exact crack I'm going to work before I go out. I use a drone to figure out what the bedrock's like, how much bedrock there is. Like looking down in a clear river, going across the top, you can see a lot. And I will make a video about how I do that. Also coming after harvest, I'm going to be very, very busy for the next 2 months, so I've got to try and fit in what I can when I can. So you have to bear with me too for 2 months. After that, I'm back to 4-day weeks, and I'm going all out on this YouTube channel. So next 2 months, slow, then to the moon, boys. 2,600 subs, thanks Levi. Next one, JM Prospecting. Now, I'll be honest with you, JM. I have seen you commented on my things, but I didn't realise you had a channel. So I will watch it through the week, and and you said, what's my favourite Biggie song was one of your questions, and Biggie, Suicidal Thoughts. Oh, I like heaps of Biggie. I like Biggie. I like Old Dirty. My biggest regret in life that is they shot Biggie and Dr. Dre never got to produce Biggie. Can you imagine Biggie crossed with Dre in the 2001 era? Oh my God, that would have been the best music in that genre the world has ever seen, because I like all genres. What do I think of YouTube's biggest prospector? He's 6'7", JM Prospecting. Well, mate, I'll tell you after I watch your channel next week. And you also suggest new channels are ones that have reached 1,000 subs. Yes, I'm big on this. Let's get the little guy out there. It's run by the big three. I'd say big four, and they get the majority of the views. But look, we're all having the same experience. So send me an email. where'swinks@gmail.com. Probably the best way for me to see any submissions you've got, any channels you want me to watch, because I'm all for putting your name out there and supporting it. Let's go. We're a community. Let's be a good community. Let's not be a negative community. I'm going to do a new segment now, and this was sort of inspired by this in Zach's story I'm going to read you. So this bloke wishes to remain anonymous, which is fair enough, but he did share this story with me, and I'm going to share it with you. It's unbelievable but true, and that's going to be the name of the segment. Unbelievable but true. It goes. I'd only been sniping for about 18 months, having reasonable success in a tough gold field where there isn't a lot of exposed bedrock to target. Any bedrock that is exposed has been hit by detectors so often. Most of my finds have been in deep, narrow crevices or shallow crevices covered with overburden. After the recent bushfires, we had a massive flood, and with all the barren ground, a lot of new material was entering the creeks. On this day, I was working a section of creek I hadn't been before. As I worked my way up, I came to some good-looking bedrock. The water, only about 30 centimetres deep. I started working some tiny crevices and pockets that had been exposed. Scratching away, I turned my head sideways. To my right, about 3 feet away, is a step in the bedrock about 10 centimetres high. I notice a large yellow-looking rock, about the size of a 20-cent piece. The colour certainly catches my eye, but my brain seems to eliminate any chance of something that size being gold. I lean over and pick it up. My mind goes into overdrive. Holy shit, that's gold. I sat up in disbelief. It's gold all right. Sitting in 6 inches of water, completely uncovered, just waiting for me to find it. I sat it back where I found it and walked downstream about 5 metres, turned around. There it was, staring at me in clear view. When I got home, I put on the scales, 22.84 grams, and a day I'll never forget. It happens, man. I've heard stories like this before, but here's a nugget here. He sent me some photos. Wowzers. We'll do this. Wowzers. Can you imagine? Just there. And it happens. Credible story. Doesn't want the fame. Just Wow, can you imagine? No detector, nothing, just sitting there. Shit in my pants. Anyway, thanks. Any more? I've got another story for next episode, but any unbelievable truths, submit to where'swinks@gmail.com. I love them. Please don't lie. Just let's. Unbelievable things do happen. I've got an unbelievable but true story. I found a 9-gram nugget in the first 15 minutes ever using a hooker, but that's another. That'll be another one I talked about, the story so far. But yeah, thanks for that. Thanks, anonymous contributor. Next one's from a YouTube channel, Inside the Ben Prospecting. He's got a great story for me. That'll be next month. Submit more, please. Let's get down to brass tacks. Who won the nugget? Now, I had some close guesses. Lachlan McGrath, you went 4.922. Very close. Josh, your guess was, do you think you're running a radio show? Look at your ridiculous setup. Mate, 3 decimal places. Now, I usually ignore this stuff, but I just want to say something. So this is the audio without the microphone. And this is the audio with the microphone. So Peter Elderman, close second, 5.136. Very close. You were sort of 7.7 something off or something like that. But the winner, drum roll again, with a guess of 5.248, Mark Ubben. And Mark Ubben, you were 0.046 off. The gold did weigh 5.202 with some, nicer bits in there. It was a good day. I won't lie, that was probably the best day I've had in a while. It was a long time ago, but it was great. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along. Any submissions you've got? I did say I'd get a PO box. I don't have it yet. I was looking at, you can get just to deliver to the post office, but I probably will get a PO box. Not big enough yet, but like I said, I want stuff for the wall. That'd be great. Any channels you want me to look at? Any rising channels? Another idea for a segment I had was roast my channel. So if you want to get toasted, submit a video to me. Make sure it's in the subject line, roast my channel, but I will toast you. Just be warned. If you do sign up for this, you have to be a good sport, because I love cooking stuff and I won't hold back. So I don't mean it, but it's good fun. Any more unbelievables but true? Anything, send me where'swinks@gmail.com. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for coming to the weigh-in again. I've enjoyed doing this. Hold with me through the next 2 months. Then we'll have a big 8 months. I'll smash as much content out as I can. Then hopefully I don't have to go back to another harvest. Hopefully I can make the gold and the revenue from the videos equal a small wage. And if you give me an inch, I'll take a mile. So subscribe. If you've got friends that you think will like this, do it. Next, Where's the Gold in 2 weeks? I can't remember what it is. I know it's episode 5. I can't remember how I did. It is edited. I'll pull it out in a few weeks and start, tweaking it up. In fact, I might skip an episode. There's a trip me and a mate did up a creek, and it's really scenic. It's really nice. So maybe I'll skip the next one, go to that, then I'll go back to the previous Where's the Gold. Hope everyone enjoyed. Winks out. Peace. See ya.